following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you could just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No,
how it
no, no,
works.
please.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Okay?
So Oz, this week we are not only going to review the new Mortal Kombat movie, we're going to take a look back at the original Mortal Kombat and kind of compare some things, compare some fight scenes, some characters. But for a task like this, when we're comparing movies, when we're looking at the new movies and we're comparing them to an old movies, there's only one man suited for this job.
I agree.
Okay, great. I'm just glad that you're here with me. I wasn't sure if you were with me or not.
Well, you were setting up all these dramatic pauses. I was like, okay, all right, keep going. I was like, I hope you have a drum roll or something,
Well, if I'd have known that you were just going to leave me hanging, you could have at least gave me the drum roll.
Oh, well, let me help you out right now.
Okay.
Listen, man, when we have these crises and, crisis conflict or need just some in-depth, like a human living thesaurus of movies.
I like that.
We have to go to the source. As Darkseid is looking for the anti-life equation, as Thanos is trying to figure out his thing, we got to go to where the original source is, and we had no choice but to go to what we got to do, man. We had to hit the movie man himself up.
No doubt. And the only way that we can fully connect to our arcana is if we called the movie connoisseur, the movie man of the Defy Life movie Man Migs. Welcome to the show, Migs.
What's going on, fellas? Appreciate y'all having me, of course. It's been a long time. Good to hear y'all voices live and in person.
Yeah, no doubt. It has been way too long. And this was the perfect movie to bring you back on, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, we're gonna have to do like a live thing one day, man. Like definitely in the summertime or something, man.
I am all for that. I'm actually all for going to the movie and then recording right after.
Yeah. Look, wait, we could do that. We could do a whole bunch of stuff. I got some ideas, so we'll talk.
Say the word. We are not opposed.
See, laying little breadcrumbs. Laying little breadcrumbs for everyone to come follow. See, we setting the table. We letting everyone know what's to come.
Yeah, man, because it's been a while since I've been down to Peaburg anyway. It's time for a little visit in the old stomping ground.
So let's go ahead and jump into it. Obviously, before we set the table, we always like to do non-spoiler talk. So let's talk about the new Mortal Kombat movie, and let's try to keep it non-spoiler as best we can. So let's jump right into it. What are your thoughts on the new Mortal Kombat movie? How did that work out for you, Migs?
I found it to be mostly enjoyable. I mean, I wasn't going in there expecting like, oh my gosh, I wanted to see full fights. I wanted to see how they depicted the characters, and I wanted to see how they kind of upgraded the effects and just see some things, just kind of see what they did different as compared to what we got in the 90s. And for the most part, it was cool. I didn't think it was anything great, and just kind of seeing the movie for what it is, what it was. I said, okay, if this is where we're going, okay, fine. I can live with it.
Okay, Oz, and what were your thoughts on the new Mortal Kombat movie? Oh, this is not good.
Cole.
Cole. Yeah, shout out to Cole.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm not doing any spoilers quite yet, but shout out to old Cole. Okay. Let's give a shout out to Cole, and let's give a shout out to Hats.
He called that man Hats.
I want his code name to be Hats. Who's gonna save us? Yo, go get Hat. It was. I agree with Migs. The action scenes were good. I had some stuff with skinny arms, but
oh no.
Hey, Migs, that's our guy.
Hey, Migs, you can't be on our show without us having some comment about old Jimmy Olsen. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Jimmy. Swole
So
old Guardian.
Speaking of old Guardian and Mr. Metal Arms, we have actually decided to. We had talked about this last week or the week before, I can't remember, but we've actually gone ahead and decided to change the ranking scales. Obviously, we've added Morgan Freeman's God as the 10, the top of the top. And then, after that, we have, the lovely Iris West. She's still lovely. She's now about an 8. She took a drop. She went from a 9 to an 8.
Yeah, she did. She took a little bit of drop.
Yeah, she took a little bit of drop. And then after that, we still have the MGK. He's stuck where he's at. But here's, and then we got our Jar Jar, and that's self-explanatory. But we're going to switch out the Guardian for Mr. Old Metal Arms, as we're going to call him. I think this movie has earned his spot. Jax is in, Guardian's gone.
Yeah.
So
it's the first edition of Metal Arms before he powers up, right?
Right. So
yes.
You got to pick. You get the first edition of Jax before he gets his Arcana, as they say. Now here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You can always add the full Jax arms if you want to make it a 2.
They literally jacked this dude up.
Hey,
that guy was swole.
I'm not talking about it right now, but when we get into the sport.
So yeah, that's I can go ahead and tell you we're gonna spend at least 5 minutes on that man's arms.
No, hey man, I'm gonna spend at least 10 minutes on his legs because I don't care how big them arms were, man. We can't do it, so let's just go do our thing before it. So, man.
No, you know what? I'm ready for this conversation too. So before we get too deep into things, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host, the comic connoisseur, the mighty Ozzy Killmonger. Oz, what's going on?
What is up, my comic comrades?
And you can find us on Twitter at Need4MarvelVsDC. That's the number 4. You can email us at Need4MarvelVsDC at GoDefyLife.com. You can also find our podcast anywhere you get your podcasts: Apple, Spreaker, Radio Public, TuneIn, Spotify, all those places. Like, subscribe, leave us 5 stars. You can also find us at the Hub, Defy Life Pods. Check out our gear at TeePublic. We also have gear at Defy Life Gear. And then we are also joined by the movie man himself, movie man Migs. Migs, make sure you plug any and everything you have.
Appreciate it, fellas. Appreciate it. This is Migs representing Movies with Me. You can come check me out. The main page is on Facebook. Check me out there. All the interaction and all the fun stuff goes down on that page. I'm also on Instagram. I interact there, but it's more so on Facebook. But check me out on both pages, and you can check out all my written work on our main page, which is godefylife.com. See all my written stuff there. I got a lot of reviews, a lot of year-end reviews. I'm getting ready to revive the old original versus remake series. I haven't done one of those in a while, and I've got a few older movies that got some remakes, so I'm gonna revive that. And like I said, I got some other things in the works and a couple of new things I want to try out and test out, and I'll definitely be hitting you gentlemen up for that also. So if you're listening, please check me out there. Like I said, that's Movies with Migs on Facebook, Instagram, and also godefylife.com.
No doubt, no doubt. Oz, tell everyone where they can find you during your time of the night.
Yes, I'm trying to make it bi-monthly. So you can find me at Ozzy Real. Feel free. I believe I'm up to double digits.
And listen, everyone, remember, my offer is still on the table. If Oz gets to 50 followers at any point in his life, we will put up a poll with 4 choices of something ridiculous I will do. So, listen, he has a lifetime to get to 50, so you got plenty of time.
And I want to say this lifetime or the next lifetime, and because I'm telling you, I think I can hit my 50 quota because I'm looking right now on my Twitter. I have a whole bunch of requests from these folks that have triple X's in their names. So surely that must be a good sign for something. And they got to be legit. So I'm about to add these folks. So I feel confident about this.
Well, listen, Oz,
I got at least 10 people from Russia, so this is great. This is good.
Listen, Oz, you adding to 50 is not the same as you getting 50 people to follow you. Okay, let's not get that twisted.
This dude said this lifetime.
I just wanted to give you plenty of time. I didn't want to make you feel like any pressure to make this happen. I wanted to let you have plenty of time to build your audience.
He ain't right, man.
Yeah, you know what? I think that deserves a Morgan Freeman right there.
Yeah,
Shoot this motherfucker!
Migs, we like to talk a little food on here, and you are someone who goes to the movies, especially now that they've opened back up. You like to go to the movies as often as possible. What is your go-to movie snack at the theater?
Oh, you mean like buying a snack at the theater, or would I sneak into the theater?
You know what? I'll take both. I'll take both.
Okay. All right. So normally, if I buy something, I buy what Regal calls it a Zap Pack. So I just call them all a Zap Pack. It's like a kid's pack, right? Because I'm not huge on a lot of popcorn, and I don't drink soda anymore. I gave that up last year. The tea at those dispensers are just as bad too. So I try to I don't get a big beverage anymore like I was used to do. So I try to stick with the little Zap Pack. You get a nice little drink. Get a little bit of popcorn, get you a little fruit snack, or get a beer. But that's about it, man. I don't really do the theater stuff too much anymore. I mean, back in the day, man, I'd be getting like nachos and all that kind of stuff. Man, right. every once in a while, or like if we go to a theater that maybe has like a different menu, like an Alamo Draft House, might get something from there to be festive. But I tell you what, man, I am not opposed to sneaking in a chalupa from Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing is I don't endorse this, but or say that I used to do it. But yeah, sneaking in food is a very common practice. And you can sneak in drinks too. But I mean, if you can be clever enough. But like I said,
Yeah, look. I support these. I do. Don't get me wrong, and I'll even spend some money sometimes and buy a little thing of M&Ms for $6.49. But
Right.
I mean, come on, you can't.
Or some Starburst, you know.
You know, it's like, dude, the dollar store exists, man. Y'all gotta chill.
Oz, what's your go-to movie snack, or what's something you like to sneak in the theater?
Well, I'm with Migs. Like, there was a time when I was like, oh, put the extra cheese on those nachos. And then I kind of I stopped doing popcorn a while ago because I just like it just was just empty for me. Just like, and it was like good for them doing it. But man, I tell you what, I would sneak in some Starbucks cookies.
Starbucks, though? Really? Starbucks are the cookies you choose?
Let me tell you, man. My 3 go-to chocolate chip cookies right now in Richmond, Virginia are easily Starbucks for 3. Number 2 is Panera. And then number 1 is this independent-owned company called Sugar and Salt. It's, I don't know how to say delicious in how many languages, but it's pretty damn delicious.
Hey, man, as a fellow man who lives in Richmond, I must say, you got to get on Red Eye. Red Eye Cookies is where it's at.
I used to do Red Eye all the time, but dude, have you tried Salt and Sugar and Salt?
No, I haven't. That's actually the first time I've ever heard of it.
Oh, they're right beside. They're. It's kind of funny. They're a block from Salt and Forge.
Everyone's listening to the show like, where's that at?
Yeah, for our Richmond folks, and for just everybody, they're located in Jackson Ward area. And yo, regular Scott, they do nothing but sweets, and I know I'm gonna get type 2 diabetes from them, because man, they do these little mini cakes, and they're like a handful. They're like a hand-sized cake, and they do everything: red velvet. Birthday cake, a strawberry cake, and they'll glaze a half-cut strawberry and then airbrush it with this food glitter. And I'm like, yo, y'all went crazy on that one.
Okay,
take my money.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
I don't know if we got no crazy places like that around here. Not donuts anyway. There was, I think it. Yeah, well, Gina's saying yeah. No, I mean, where we have to go, like in Baltimore or something? No? Oh, she told me there's a place here. I wasn't aware of that.
Well, hold on, Meg. Hold on. Since Gina's there, ask Gina what is her go-to.
So you were just singing to me, all the cookies?
yeah, cookies, yeah. She's good. Yeah. All the chocolate chip cookies, it's all right.
My go-to is a can of Hawaiian punch and glazed honey bun from Tasty Cake.
Yeah, a Tasty Cake honey bun and a can of Hawaiian punch. Has to be the can, not the box.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. I
love that.
And shout out to Miss Movies with Migs. Shout out to Miss Movies with Migs, no doubt. So my go-to is, I'm still big on the popcorn. I love to have some popcorn with butter in the middle and butter on the top, and then I also like to cap it off with my dessert of some nice cookie dough bites. Gotta have the cookie dough bites. Even if I don't get the popcorn, I am for sure getting cookie dough bites every time.
And so you're asking them for like 5 pumps of the butter.
5's well, I guess total. You're right. I guess total. You're right, because I was thinking 5 in the middle, 5 in the no. You're right. Probably 5 total. That's probably accurate. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So on the 4th one, even when they're like, "Sir, you have to sign this waiver," you're still saying do number 5.
Oh, not only am I signing it, I'm saying, and let me get the extra large Coke as well. So,
hey, y'all remember that scene in Gremlins 2 where they like took over the snack bar and he was like pumping cream into this dude? I can see Scott with the butter like that, just underneath the spout with his mouth just gobbing butter, dude. Oh my gosh.
Dude, man, this guy, man, they're like, "Sir, would you like the defibrillator special with that or the insulin special?"
And look, and what I'm sneaking in the theater is I'm gonna go grab me 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers from Wendy's. You know, I'm gonna get a 4 for $4. I'm gonna get a 4 for $4, and I'm gonna eat the nuggets on the way to the theater. Put the burger in my pocket. I'm good to go. I got me a little meal.
No, you sneaking in the heart surgeon, dude. Dude, what are you talking about?
That 4 for $4. Hey, look, I have done a 4 for $4 in the theater. Not even gonna lie. Walked right into it. They ain't even say nothing.
Hey, you can't beat it. That 4 for $4 is solid. No doubt.
Hey, all the movie attendants are looking at you going, "Sir, you smell delicious."
Oh man! All right, let's play a little. One's Gotta Go. What do you think about that? We need to get back into the habit of playing a little One's Gotta Go. So here are your 4 choices, and one of these is gone forever. Okay, your 4 choices are Target, Amazon, Starbucks, and Chick-fil-A.
No, that's easy.
Migs?
Hey, why you mess with the cookies, man?
Migs, what are you getting rid of?
Starbucks can go easily and never, ever return.
Amen to that, because I'm with you. Starbucks is gone for me, too. I hate coffee.
I don't hate coffee, but I'm getting ready to wean myself off of it. Just like I'm getting ready to be done with that too. But I'll say this: I don't know what the big deal is about their coffee, because I've had coffee at a gas station that tasted way better than stuff from Starbucks.
Well, literally, Wawa's coffee is way better than Starbucks.
Yeah, Wawa, Royal Farms, Exxon.
well,
my man said Exxon.
Truth be told, Exxon's coffee tastes a little bit like oil, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's not even coffee. They serving up the sludge still. That's how they get rid of it.
Yeah, so, but you know, people have said this, and I have to attest to it too. That Starbucks coffee, man, it tastes like it's burnt, like they overburned their beans or something.
Yeah, man, yeah. It's not. Every time I've had coffee from there, I'm just kind of like, this isn't impressive. And I've only had coffee from there like a couple of times just to be like, all right, fine. People are going to Starbucks. I get it. All right, I'll get this. And it's just like, dude, no, man. You know what? It's like, nah.
And I want to bring up a point about this too, because like I said, I appreciate the chocolate chip cookies from Starbucks, all right? But the 2 big points about Starbucks, and I'll tell you what my One's Gotta Go real quick is, but like they have no good breakfast for one thing, in my opinion, you know. And number 2 is when I say a splash of cream half and half, I do not mean for you to pour it in the cup for 3 seconds. That's not a splash. That is literally half a cup of cream. You know, a splash is like dink dink. You know, I would say a splash of cream.
Hey, Oz, before you continue, can you do the little dink dink again?
Dink dink.
There you go. Okay.
I see a little dink dink. Look, I literally have had Starbucks people make eye contact with me while they're pouring the splash of half. I was like, stop looking at me. Stop pouring. So, dude, because it activates my lactose intolerance, and I can't deal with that, all right? So
what's your One's Gotta Go?
Chick-fil-A. So
How dare you decide to touch and get rid of the Lord's chicken? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, but let me break it down for you all. Okay, so you said Starbucks, Chick-fil-A. What are the other 2?
Target and Amazon.
All right, so Amazon. Hey, Jeff Bezos, I get you, bro. I get you. But man, they got Prime, best TV. Like they have amazing shows right now. I just got finished watching Without Remorse, and finished up Invincible today. And I just got some packages from Amazon today. You know, they could do a little bit better with the union. But anyway, like, so they have a service, right? Target, I just was there, and I got my my Pirate's booty, which my son loves, so I appreciate that. But like Chick-fil-A, I'm just like, man, it's Chick-fil-A always is just all right with me,
Chick-fil-A got better coffee and cookies than Starbucks.
Get it right, dude. The cookies are pretty damn delicious, but I still like Starbucks cookies.
I mean, what else are you going to do on a Sunday? Definitely not go to Chick-fil-A, huh?
Wait. So what else are you doing on a Sunday, right? But I got to, so just real quick. So I was at Chick-fil-A. I was, my sister called me. I was in the drive-thru, and I pulled up, rolled my window down, and I was on a conference call with my sister, my brother, and my dad. And so I said to my sister, my brother, and my dad, I got it. As soon as I said I got it, I reached to grab my drink because I was getting my son some food. She misunderstood and thought that I got it from the drink, and that drink just dumped in my lap. And it was a 32-ounce lemonade. So it dumps in my lap. The Chick-fil-A girl looks at me, I look at her, and she just ran away. Listen to me. I'm not trying to be dramatic or be kid about anything, right? She just ran.
Hey, you know what? The Chick-fil-A lady, before you continue, Oz, the Chick-fil-A lady, she gets a Morgan Freeman.
She gets a Morgan Freeman.
Shoot this motherfucker!
So I was just like, I'm in the drive-thru in shock because it is pretty cold, right? So literally like 30 seconds, maybe a minute later, a manager and another employee comes, and they look at me, and the manager says he's sorry, and they just start throwing napkins through the window. And when I say throwing napkins, they are throwing napkins. Like I had about 100 napkins in my car, man. So I was like, okay. And then after that, they're like, here's a gift card. I was like, okay, I just need to get my order. They vanished. The original girl came back and said, I'm really sorry that happened. Don't tell anybody. Here's a gift card, too. So I had 2 gift cards. My pants were soaked, but it's okay. All right.
Hey, look. At least they kept the courtesy up, man.
Dude, hey. And literally, she said, my pleasure.
Hey, regardless of what type of service they just gave you or how you feel about the meal you just got, you definitely gonna get a my pleasure on the way out.
My pleasure.
Okay, so after I said that, you know what? Starbucks has to go because like Chick-fil-A, because actually, we got to think about it. Was it the governor of South Carolina or Florida said, we ain't rolling out this vaccine quick enough? They literally asked Chick-fil-A to help them. So, okay. All right, Starbucks, you're out. You're out, Starbucks.
Wow. I think this is the first time there has been a unanimous one's got to go. I'm shocked.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See that?
The synergy right now. The synergy. Our arcada is growing.
Well, it's just I think we've all just manifested our hatred for Starbucks. That's all.
Oh my god, yeah.
Migs, I'd like for you to give the listeners a random movie recommendation. You know, I know you're always constantly watching movies. It could be a new movie, it could be a classic. Give the listeners maybe 1 or 2 movie recommendations.
Okay. Well, I'll go with a new one first. I've been neglecting writing a review on this, so I gotta do it. I owe that to the site. Nobody. It was a fun action flick. It's got comedy throughout. The action's brutal, and it doesn't take itself seriously. It's a good time. It's a real good time. You'll laugh. There's some great action. There's even some cringy action scenes. They're like, ooh, man. So
and
check,
it's called
check
Nobody.
That out. Yeah, it's just called Nobody.
What's it about?
It's got that dude from what's that show that
Better,
everybody knows?
Better Call Saul.
Show.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, better. Yeah, that was like from Breaking Bad or something, right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was the was the spinoff of Breaking
Yeah,
Bad. I think he's the lawyer or attorney.
I know the main guy. He played the goofy president in that movie Long Shot with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron. He was the goofy president in that. So that's what I know him from. So that's why it was funny to me when I had first seen the trailer for this movie, and I was like, wait a minute. Okay, isn't that goofy president dude? So he's just a regular dude, right? They kind of depict him as like a regular guy, but then there's a break-in his house, and like his neighbors are like, oh man, you should have whooped him up, man. You should have shot him, man. You should have pulled out, his neighbors all like, man, I would have did this, that, and the third. So then the guy's kind of all pissed at himself because he didn't do anything. So then he goes out like on a night on the town trying to be a vigilante, and that's when you find out this dude's got some hands. Like, hold up, like hold up. And I don't know what the deal is with our middle-aged to older American men beating up Russian men lately, but you got that. It's like I said, it's fun, and there's some surprises in there. So it's still in the theater. I think it's streaming too. So definitely check that out. I actually might go see it in the theater one more time there before it leaves. It's a good time. It's a good fun action flick. And then let's see, a classic. Classic. I've been watching some stuff. Here's one from the horror side. One of my favorites. I just recently watched Friday the 13th Part 2. I recommend that one. I'm a big fan when it comes to Friday the 13th. Those first 4 movies, those are my jams right there. Like those first 4 by themselves. Like if the original, which is why it's called Final Chapter. If they would have did that, I would have been fine with those first 4. But 2's my favorite. 2 has the Jason where he's got the overalls and like the bag over his face. He's got the one hole cut out for the eye, and that was the only time he had that look. I know everybody look, the hockey mask is the iconic look, but that's my favorite look. I think that was like the creepiest look. Even like I think that it was just something about that one eye hole. Those freaking little Farmer John overalls. But yeah, check that out. Your whole fan. Check out the whole series. If you got time, spare a few hours, watch 1 through 4, and that'll be good enough.
Mix, which one is the one where I think it's a girl. She's in a sleeping bag and she sees Jason, and instead of running away, she puts a sleeping bag over her head and he just takes a sleeping bag and bangs it against a tree.
Was that 3 or 4? I don't remember because then they did it. It was either 3 or 4. I think I have to go back and look because then they did it. They did it again in the remake. But he in the remake he put the girl in the sleeping bag and lit it on fire. But in the other the original one, they banged her against a tree, which was hilarious.
I love that because that was such a true reaction to something. Because like you think about when you're a little kid and like something scary, you're like, oh, let me get under the covers. Like a sheet is going to protect you.
Right.
So
they just pick that thing up and just smashed her like, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she thought she had the cloak of invisibility.
Yeah, right. She had the sleep bag of invulnerability.
There it is.
Yeah, it didn't work out too good.
Okay. Good. That's awesome. Great movie recommendations right there to check out. I've actually heard a lot of good things about the Nobody movie. So
I'm going to watch that tonight.
So I think I will check that out as well.
It's a lot of. Yeah, check that out. You'll like the surprise.
Okay, very nice. Let me ask you, Oz, as my co-host, I will give you an opportunity to take control of the show.
My pleasure.
All right. Would you like to do Phil's Killmonger conversation and regular thought before or after the commercial?
Let's go ahead and do it before the commercial. It'd be a good way to have a break.
So are you saying we should play the question, play the commercial, and come back with the answers, or just do the whole shebang?
Oh, no, we should shebang it out.
Okay.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. All right. Let's play Philip's Killmonger conversation for this week. And I don't know if he knew this or not, or how he knew this, but it is a very fitting thing because we are working on our Arcana. So this question actually fits very well. So let me get Philip's question here. I'm very excited for your responses to it. Very excited.
I'm excited for yours.
Are you? Are you excited about that? Here we go.
Not really.
Here's our good friend Phil.
Hey, this is your boy Phil. I'm calling. I figured I would give Oz, because he was behaving, I'll give him a Morgan Freeman as God. And then for the Killmonger conversation and the regular Scott conversation, I'm going to take and go along the lines with what Ozzy, with him training his mind and his body. Give me from both DC and Marvel at least 6 people that you would want as your trainer to help Oz fix his mind and his body. All right. Hope to hear from y'all, and can't wait to see what you guys want. And on top of that, leave Nick alone. And I also believe that Nicolas Cage needs a Starfleet uniform. Have a good one. Out.
All right. So, Oz, looks like you got yourself a Morgan Freeman's God.
Hey, Phil, that is still the truth. Nick, if you guys hear us, Nick deserves one, man. He's done it all. He did Mandy. He did it all. So he was Ghost Rider. Let's let him have one more thing. He doesn't need a lightsaber. He needs a phaser. Okay?
And I like the fact that he, not only said train your mind and body, but he said to fix your mind and body.
I was going to comment on that. Regular Scott, this dude, Phil said, not training, he said, y'all need to help Oz fix his mind and his body.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. So
Phil said, y'all need to take Oz to the Lazarus pit.
We need. Dang, are you dead? Like, are you dead? You talking about the Lazarus pit? Are you dead?
I'm just saying, man. I just think of that scene. For the old animation, well, not so old now, but where Damien takes his quote-unquote brother Dick to the Lazarus pit, and it's like, oh, it didn't work out so well.
Oh, so you just wanted to take a shot at my boy Grayson. That's all this was about.
Hey, it's not always about you and Dick, okay?
Okay, well, you know what? You get a Morgan Freeman and not the one that you want.
Shoot this motherfucker!
So how about that? Migs, I guess we'll go ahead and ping pong it. We can start in the Marvel world. Migs, let's start with you. Who would you like to see? And we'll do one at a time. Who would you like to see, first off, train Oz in the Marvel Universe?
To fix my mind and body, Migs.
Just one person?
Yeah, we'll start with just one.
Let's see. In the Marvel Universe, it could. All right, I guess I could go with a. Let's see. I mean, I could go obvious. Send them over there to Wakanda. Let them get the Bucky treatment.
That's actually very kind of you.
Yeah, because your girl's gonna be like, fudge, yellow, blue, and I'm like, you don't. She's like, no, I'm gonna fuck you up if you do anything.
Let Okoye get on you.
Yeah, she's like, move or be moved. I'm moving.
I think I'm gonna send you to. I think for my first pick, I'm going to. The first person I'm sending you to is John Walker, and I'm gonna tell him, and I'm gonna tell him, that you were the one that killed Lamar.
That killed Battlestar, right?
So that'll be your first teacher from me.
See, dude, wait, hold on. This is really fixing me. Or this is like your school of hard knocks. That's not cool, dude. That's not cool at all.
Oz, I'll let you answer this question as well. Who from the Marvel Universe would be your first pick to train your mind and body?
Well, if you gonna send me over to John Walker under this lie, I'm gonna go to Galactus to fix me.
Okay, well, I don't know how that's gonna go.
Like,
but...
Yo, hey, I need to be your herald, and he's gonna like, what? I'm like, yeah, and I need a surfboard too.
Migs, who's your next pick from the Marvel Universe?
Well, okay, so that first one was kind of more mine. So a training of the body. We're gonna get you some dangerous training with my man Logan.
Ooh, oh my God! You worried about John Walker? You about to train with Wolverine?
Oh, hold on, but you don't get what Migs is saying, dude. Migs, you remember what he did for Kitty Pryde, right?
Yeah, I mean, look. If you trust me, you train in the Danger Room Wolverine. It's gonna be some tough love, but you about to come out of there. You about to come out of there right.
If he comes out.
Dude, well, see, here's the thing.
Yeah, if he comes out.
I still love the storyline of Wolverine and Kitty Pryde, where, she's like, yo, I'm a mutant, I can face and stuff, and he's like, you ain't nothing, dude. And so he's training her right, and this beautiful scene where he says, you're gonna hold the sword, and I need you to hold the sword all night long. And she's like, no one can do that. And she kept doing it, and it wasn't working. Finally, she just realized that the whole key was not to resist it, was just to actually just do it and stop thinking about it. Yeah, and so man, and she is the ninja force that she is today because of that. So that's a good call. I like that.
Okay, I think you'll like my pick next.
I don't think so.
We're gonna stick in the X-Men universe. I think that's a good call there. I am going to send you next to Mr. Sinister.
Oh, dang.
Dude.
What? You're about to get reprogrammed.
Dude, so hey, Migs, this dude just said, so how do I fix Uncle Oz? Let me see here. I'm going to make you a mutant, then I'm going to send you over to a Sentinel.
Oz, who's your next trainer from the Marvel Universe?
I'm going to go to a therapist after this Mr. Sinister thing, man. I'm going to do some Lady Shiva, man.
Well, Lady Shiva's not in Marvel, so.
Oh, well, okay, so Marvel, then I'm going to have Shang-Chi train me.
Ooh, very nice. Good counter. Very good counter right there.
You talking about some John Walker and some Mr. Sinister, dude.
I think you'll come out solid. You'll be a great agent of Hydra. Migs, let's do one more. That way we'll give Philip 9 choices to go from with Marvel. Give me one more Marvel character before we shift to DC.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to. Let's see. We'll get somebody. We did mind and body. Let's get somebody that'd be good for your skin. Who could gosh, no. Let's see. Somebody that could keep you centered.
Or just protect me from Mr. Sinister and John Walker. Migs, I don't need to be centered. I just need to be alive, okay? Because so.
Wait till my next pick.
I'm trying to think of a good one. It's maybe not so obvious. Who'd be good. Who'd be a good solid trainer that would keep you grounded. Still part of it.
Oh, okay. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, I think he keeps you grounded.
Okay, very nice. That's not bad at all. I can't be mad at that. For my next...
guy, here we go.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I think Dr. Octopus. The Green Goblin would be a good person to keep you kind of grounded, I think.
I was going to be nice and let you go to Stryker and maybe he'd give you some cool abilities or something, but I won't do that now. I think instead I'm going to... I do think you need to learn how to fight. I think that's very important. You need to be able to hold your own. So I'm going to send you to Daredevil for some training.
Oh,
nice.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. That wasn't bad. I'm going to send you to I've seen what Daredevil does to people, and I think that'd be good for you.
Yeah, I'm going to send you over to Daredevil right after he saw Bullseye drop Elektra.
Well, you said it, not me. Oz, who is your final Marvel pick?
Oh, now, so someone... Oh, man, please, come on. We got to take it back to the basics. If I'm going to get trained, I'm going to get trained. Captain America, and then at the end of the day, he's going to be like, Sam, give Uncle Oz that shield.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Hey, Sam.
No, he's not.
Hey, Sam, you heard what he said. Give me the shield.
Hey, I'm going to tell you exactly which shield you're going to get. You're going to get the shield that John Walker built. That's the shield you're going to get.
Oh, you got that.
No, hey, look, Sam's like, okay, come take it.
You're right.
No, he got that double-sided aluminum foil. I don't know what that was.
Hey, Migs, and then John Walker's gonna be like, "Well, I've been training you, dude. Go take it."
You're right.
Look, as soon as you throw that shield at somebody, it's just gonna fold inside.
Oh my god, dude!
All right, let's. I think we did really good with the Marvel side. I even think we should get a Morgan Freeman for that.
Let's take our fraternity of assassins to heights reserved only for the gods of men.
Yes, I think we've earned that. Let's go to the DC side, Migs.
Someone get a gun and shoot that.
That is hilarious, by the way. The first time y'all did that, I was at the gym. I spit out water.
Hey, you know what? I will admit I have to give Oz full credit for the idea to use that to even think of the clip. Oz, I will give you that. You did well with that one.
Well, thank you. I hope Mr. Sinister and John Walker appreciate that.
All right, Migs, who you going with for your first pick from DC?
I'm gonna go with Mr. Martian Manhunter.
That's good. That's actually a really good pick.
Well, I mean, it's okay, except for when he's like, Uncle Oz, put that cigarette out. The fire.
Right. For my first DC pick, I am going to... I think I'm going to start with your mind. And I think you need somebody... You need somebody who's lived a good while and who's lived almost as long as you have, Oz. So I think I'm going to go with Vandal Savage.
I see that. I appreciate that, dude.
Yeah, no doubt. I threw a shot, but it makes sense, and he is a highly intelligent person.
Yeah, he ain't much of a father figure the way he killed his daughter.
Well, hopefully you don't become, like a son to him, because that could end bad.
You're like a son to me. No.
All right, Oz. Who's your first pick from DC?
I'm still gonna go with Lady Shiva, dude. She's got the chops, dude.
That's a great pick. That's my favorite DC villain. So great pick. Migs, who's your next DC pick?
Let's go with. We're just gonna go full Justice League. Let's go with Batman.
Oh, see, I'm ready, dude.
You're not ready. Nobody's ready for that, dude. Like you just can't be ready until you experience that. That's gonna be tough.
No, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me take that back. and let me do a shots fired and give some love at the same time. Instead of Batman, let's go with my man Dick Grayson.
I knew you were going to say
yes, yes.
You gonna take
Shoot
that
this motherfucker
for not putting respect on my man Dick Grayson.
Nah.
My guy. That's what I'm talking about, Migs.
I don't love him as much as Scott does, but that's my dude too. Like Nightwing is my
Migs, my first words when he starts training be like, John Walker said that's not the way you do that.
And look, Nightwing's gonna be like, who?
Right, like, huh?
Oh man, that's pretty good right there.
So listen,
he trained the Teen Titans, so you know. Yeah,
no,
it's a good pick.
He's a perfect fighter, but I'm gonna be like, yo, Dick, man, it's been about 6 months, man. Can I go to Wayne Manor, chill out? You know. Yeah,
he's not a dick like Batman is.
He's gonna be like, we have Lark already. We don't need any other black folk there. Okay.
Ooh, don't be. Hey, look, Dick ain't like that. Don't be putting Grayson like that. He ain't like that. He is all inclusive. That dude is with an alien.
Right.
He get with an alien.
Look, man, he been with an alien and got a 3-legged dog. I know. He's sensitive. He's great. He's a great dude. Okay.
Oh man. All right.
He's a great guy.
For my next pick, I think you need to, especially if we're going with the DC world, you need a little bit of crazy. You know,
Lois Lane.
No. We don't need her turning into a black woman again to experience how that is.
That's right.
I think, but I am going to stick with a female, and I think Harley Quinn would be a great trainer for you.
So you got me training with John Walker, Mr. Sinister, and Harley Quinn.
Well, don't forget about Vandal Savage.
Well, Vandal Savage, he's totally different from all the rest, but like Harley Quinn, man, come on, man.
Listen, you need a little bit of crazy to make it in the DC world.
Man, dude. And then my boyfriend, the Joker, he's been wondering why we've been spending so much time together. Dude, what you tell him, man? I told him I'm here to fix you.
Oz, who's your last pick? Or not your last pick, but who's your next pick from DC?
Man, after I got the Joker stalking me, dude. Karate Kid from Legion of Superhero.
Okay. I see you sticking with the martial arts. Migs, who's your final pick from the DC universe to train Oz's mind and body?
Or to fix my mind and body.
Or to fix it, yes, to fix
it. I'm gonna go with Ra's al Ghul.
See, now that guy got that Lazarus pit, dude. I can be like, "What's up, Talia?" Thank you. I appreciate that, Meg. Thank you.
You worried about Harley Quinn? You're gonna go crazy from the Lazarus pit.
Man, you ain't getting roofied by Talia, all right? She only got roofies for Batman.
Yeah, she. I was like, I'm waiting for the roofie. She's like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Dude, but then I got the Joker and Bruce looking after me. I'm like, hey guys, we can talk about this, okay?
So for my next pick, my final pick of the DC,
I can't wait.
of the DC world, I think it's very important to focus on your mind. And
yes,
you're gonna have your history from Vandal Savage. He's gonna be able to tell you the history of the world and what you should and shouldn't do. But I think it's also very important to have the technological side as well.
Okay.
So I think Lex Luthor is your next trainer from the DC world.
Hey, Lex, I've been working for you about 6 months. I've been asking for a raise for the last 3 months. No, I think you're okay, but we need you to train some other people, Sla.
I think he would be very good for showing you how to, slowly take over the world, and you might even become president.
Well, just think about this. Think about this. You get Bando and Lex. I feel like I'm in a good place to do some stuff.
Yeah, you may think I'm coming at you, but I think those two are great for your mind.
Now, Superman, Batman, and the Joker will be coming after me eventually, but that's okay.
You're going to be the reason that the Joker unites with Batman and Superman and forms the new Trinity.
Yeah, because they're going to be like, listen, get that black dude.
And look, Damien's going to be like, hey, Dad, you know he's trying to get with Mom, right? You know he down there at the Lazarus Pit trying to get with Mom, right?
He's trying to get with Mom, right?
Hey, Puddin', you know he was like talking to Harley late at night, man. I don't know what they're saying, but okay.
Yeah. So Oz, who's your final pick to fix your mind and body from the DC world?
Well, hey, man, I'm gonna go with these heavy hitters, man. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. Darkseid.
Okay, so you're worried about all my picks, but you tie the bow on this entire thing by picking Darkseid. But you're worried about my picks.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna have the heavy hitters train me. I got Bando, Lex, and Darkseid. Come on, man. Come on. Okay. I got the light training me.
You do have the light training you. Not have to think about it. You do. Shout out to Young Justice, by the way. A fantastic animated
at the end
show.
of it all, and be like, they will embrace the light.
No doubt. All right. Hey, Philip, man, as always, great question. We always appreciate it. And yes, Nick needs a Starfleet uniform. Leave Nick alone. And hashtag fix Uncle Oz. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to spend the rest of the show comparing and talking about Mortal Kombat, the new movie and the original. We're here with Movies with Migs. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
About my new podcast, The Real Brains. The Real Brains podcast is a show coming out daily, dedicated to the everyday struggle of just the average human being. From troubles with rage to just anecdotes about very strange human interactions, this podcast really is just somebody that's all too familiar with the struggle. I'm here to let you know that you are not alone, so come laugh at our pain together every single weekday, every place you can catch a podcast. Check out The Real Brains with Brian Wayne. Remember, stay sane.
And we are back. Make sure you are checking out the Real Brains podcast with Brian Wayne. And shout out to Brian Wayne, just a great guy. He, he's been a huge influence on this show. He's let us join a couple of the big nerd communities that he has. And, I just want to give a big shout out to you because you have no idea how much that has helped our show grow and just help us be able to meet other podcasts and interact with everybody. So big shout out to Brian Wayne, man. You do a great job of just keeping this nerd community together and making it grow. So definitely check out the Real Brains podcast with Brian Wayne. And also, I forgot to plug this at the top of the show. I also have a new show on the Vover audio app with the Vover Pop. It is called Regular Thoughts with Regular Scott. It comes out every Tuesday. Uncle Oz was the very first guest on it, and he actually helped me get this show to make it a weekly thing. So making sure you check that out on the Vover audio app, or you can find it anywhere you get your podcasts as well. And shout out to you, Uncle Oz. You helped me get a new show.
I appreciate that. I was training my mind and my body. So
yeah, you did a good job. And here's a little spoiler of what's to come. On the next episode, we will have the kingpin of Defy Life, Mr. J.R. Glimpf, on the next Regular Thoughts with Regular Scott. So look out for that. Okay, let's play let's get the spoiler alerts out the way. Let's hit 3 of these bad boys because the rest of this conversation is nothing but spoilers. We're diving in. Before we start diving into it, I need to get your rankings. So let's get our rankings out the way. Migs, we're going to start with you. Where do you rank on our ranking scale, which we have the new Morgan Freeman. You know, he is the god, the tippy top, the 10.
To heights reserved only for the gods of men.
Yes, only the gods of men can have that. And then after that, we have the lovely Iris West, which is about an 8. It's still she took a step down, but it's still a solid 8. And then under that, we have the MGK, who is always good for just a solid 6. After that, we have the wonderful and lovely Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, no doubt. We know who you are. And then after that, we have the newest addition to the ranking scale. We have the wonderful, the incredible Metal Arms himself, Jax, formerly known as the Guardian.
Yeah, these motherfuckers work.
Yes, they do, Jax. Yes, they do.
Work.
Okay, so Migs, let's start with you. What are you ranking Mortal Kombat on our Take a Knee from Marvel vs. DC scale?
I'm gonna give that a solid MGK.
Okay. Now, are you giving this a straight MGK, or are we going to add the full body metal Jax arms?
Oh God!
Oh God!
That'd be a reception. All right, let's say let's push it to a 6.5 and give him an MGK with a Kung Lao.
Oh, okay, that works. Hats. Shout out the hats.
Give me a MGK with a hat.
Yeah, MGK with a hat.
With a sombrero, as Kano said.
Now, I will say this. He was a very entertaining part of the movie. I will definitely give him that.
Oh, yeah.
He was a very entertaining part of the movie. Oz, what are you ranking Mortal Kombat on our ranking scale?
Man, I like the MGK. I have to give him an MGK riding on the Guardian motorcycle with Jackson's arms.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Full circle there. Oh my gosh! I just watched it again, and I did enjoy it better than last time. Well, because I wanted to get a refresher and make sure I gave it a fair shot.
Respect it.
And I will say I enjoyed it better the second time because I completely turned my brain off and didn't expect anything of note to happen as far as the story goes. So I enjoyed it more, but I'm going to give it a solid. A solid Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, no doubt. We know who you are again, Jar Jar. I'm gonna give it a Jar Jar Binks, and let me add Cole's golden armor body to Jar Jar Binks. Let me add that to it. So
this dude, that wasn't a golden armor body. He stole Aquaman's armor.
I don't know what that mess was. That looked like some horrible sweatshirt, man. I was like, what is that?
Well, you know what was funny about it is that the beginning of the movie when he's fighting, the train or the referee was like, or whoever it is, the guy was like, fighting is defense and offense, and this dude never learns defense. He just gets an impenetrable skin. Like, he never learns defense. Like, the story never comes full circle. At least Sonya's story comes full circle, and I didn't like her character. But Cole's story never comes full circle with that. He just gets impenetrable armor. So he still doesn't know any defense.
You like how he got weapons when he was getting his ass beat? That made him get weapons?
Yeah. Some of that stuff was just ridiculous.
What do you have?
Right.
Well, his armor looked like Armor All from Dick's Sporting Good.
Not bad, Oz. Not bad.
It was terrible. Like, this dude gets motivated by either getting his ass kicked or having his loved ones threatened. And by the way, if there is a 4-armed, 10-foot tall demon monster, he gonna kill your family, dude.
Hey, shout out to Cole's wife though, because she took a hell of a hit and got right back up.
Oh yeah, she was like, yo. Hit that man with the axe.
Yeah, and
I was like, what?
Yeah, she not only did she save this man's life, she took 2 fists to the face, ate it, and got right back up while Cole is just laying on the ground looking like, oh my God.
Here's my problem with all this. She should have had the insignia. She should have been the one in Mortal Kombat.
Probably, or at least the daughter. At least the daughter knew defense, knew strategy. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just literally like, why are you in this movie?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, let's start from the beginning and kind of make our way down. Migs, what did you think of the opening fight scene between? We'll go ahead and give him his name, Scorpio or Hanzo, however you want to call him, Scorpion and Sub-Zero or Bihan.
I thought the opening part was one of the best parts of the film. You know,
Absolutely.
You got some good fighting, some good choreography. You got some gory finishers. Even though some of that was just, it's weird because like the good and bad thing about Dolby Cinema, and I talk about that a lot in my reviews. And I as far as going to AMC theaters, that's like their best format, in my opinion. But the good and bad thing is that you can see special effects really, really good. So when they're great on that screen, it looks awesome. But when they're not so good, it really sticks out and it's bad. It's just like, oh man. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you had some of that. You had some of that going on with that scene with the blood. But then I with that fake blood and all that stuff, even though it kind of looks crappy, it's just like, all right, that's how the game is. The game. If you think about just going back to the original game, the blood splatter never made sense anyway. So it just kind of splattered out in those drops and then it disappeared. So it's like, all right, if we're going with that, we can run with it. But I like both of those guys. I forget his name who plays Scorpion, but he's been in quite a few things. He was in Last Samurai. He's been in some other stuff. And then my man
from the raid.
Yeah, my man from the raid. Fast and Furious 6. He's been a couple other things too, but yeah, I mean, both of those guys can get down and throw their hands. I mean, they're legit.
Well, see, that's the problem with the movies. See, you watch all that and they trick you into thinking it's going to be a good movie.
Well, see, I talked about that too. I said, after you watch that movie, it's like, wait a minute, I think a lot of people felt cheated. And I think a big part of that, too, is because the trailers are misleading. Mm-hmm. They really are. If you look at them, they're not giving you an accurate picture, which, I don't know, maybe that was the point or whatever, but it kind of, the trailers are like, they hype you up. And when you watch that movie, if you were going on there just based on that, thinking that was what you were going to see, it's not exactly that,
But to their credit, if you were going there to see a black man get his arms ripped off, you're like, oh yeah, this is great.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed watching Jax get his arms frozen and ripped off. I do question how this man fell face first, into that concrete, then landed face first on the ground. And next time we see him, that man ain't got a scratch on his face.
Oh, hold on. He was training his mind and his body by John Wick.
Whatever he did, that dude's skull must be impenetrable. They should have made his skull steel too. Because how do you get not a scratch from that?
Yeah,
but
I mean, if you watch that, it looked like he fell on those spikes that were sticking out the stone too. And I was like, what the heck?
Well, at least, I thought he was. The first time I watched it, I did think he was dead for a little bit or something. So I was like, well, at least he wasn't the first one to die. At least he wasn't the first one to die.
Yeah, but still, man, they got him with them little crazy little weird.
Hey, they played that man when he got his little arms.
So everybody was waiting for him to get these big bionic arms. He got these aluminum foil arms
and couldn't throw them.
Yeah, look, that's what he gets for yelling out about how many tours he did, thinking that it was going to get him to that fight when he was already getting served in the first place. And then that scene is so when he's trying to punch the little arms.
So.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Here's the thing that got me turned off by the movie, and it's a slight thing, and it's a nerd thing, but this is why we're all here. This dude got these big ass arms, picks up this huge rock, right? This huge fucking boulder. You ain't getting no mechanical legs, dude. Your legs can't support that boulder you lifted up. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see his little legs buckle, and they're like, "We need to get him some new legs too."
Hey, you know what? After watching him get his tail just completely handed to him, I don't even think he landed a blow. I'm very curious what little punk with the mark he beat to get the mark. Who did Jax beat to get the mark? What chosen fighter did he beat? Is my question.
Well, then it turned into this all boys club too, when they're just like, "Yo, Sonya, you're gonna have to sit this one out. You ain't get the mark."
Hey, look, it was foul, but it was kind of funny how they were doing it. Like, yeah, if you ain't got a mark, you can't come in here. You a liability, girl. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Hey, look, at least Kung Lao was respectful. He called her Miss Blade and all that.
You're right.
I get this trick out of here. Like,
yeah.
dang.
Luke Kang gave her a little bow and was like, "You are a liability. I'm sorry." And then you got Kano in the back like, "Ha ha."
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get in this all boys club. You watch and see."
Look, Sonya was tired of that trailer park. That was her meal ticket, and she needed something to get up out that mug. She wasn't playing around.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like the way I saw this movie whole play out, I was like, she gonna get that emblem from Jax. So when she got it from someone else, I was like, oh, this is cool. Okay, let's
cool.
Okay, go ahead. So.
Now, one thing I do appreciate in movies that I will give this movie credit. I always do appreciate like platonic relationships between men and women. Like I appreciate that there was no romantic feelings between them two. They're just like true brother and sister.
How can it be? She's like, I need someone who got two real arms, dude. We're gonna have to be friends, Jax. I love you, but we're gonna have to be friends with him, dude.
Jax was like, I was so close. I was so close.
He was like, she's like, Sonya, you can't judge me with these little arms. She's like, yeah, I can.
Oh man! All right, let's move. I don't think we missed anything from the point of the first fight to when Jax gets his arms ripped off, so we can pick up from right there.
And why we got to get to a flawless victory? Why you got to say flawless, dude?
Hey, hey, they got to get the puns in there. This was definitely catered to. Yeah, it was definitely catered to the video game. People who love the video game, and I can't be mad at that. If I was a bigger gamer, like a bigger Mortal Kombat guy, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind I would have loved this movie. But I'm just not that guy, and that's probably why I enjoyed the original more.
The worst thing for me, I could have dealt with everything, literally everything, but I just missed that there was no real Mortal Kombat one-on-one fighting. It was all on weird, I missed that there was the aspect of saying like round one fight, like you actually get to see the fight. It was just all discombobulated, like Mr. Hat was trying to kill everybody at one point,
Hey, he was dope though. Like he went hard a little bit. I didn't mind Kung Lao as much as I thought. I looked at him. I was like, this dude is going to be the most vanilla guy in the entire movie.
Yeah,
but no, that actually happened to be his cousin Luke Kang, who was the most vanilla person. He went hard,
but he went out like a sucker though.
Well, at least
that was lame.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
He literally got choked out.
Yeah, no, he did.
But you know what I did like? I like that part where after they kind of introduced us to Cole Young, he had his little MMA fight and he got served up and he went him. I like that part when freaking Sub-Zero is just like walking down the street and just making those huge, just freaking like just boulders of ice and just dropping them on people. I was like, holy shit, like that was cool because like we didn't see that before with the other. Right. You didn't have like Sub-Zero kind of in those in those environments. You know,
in the real world.
In the first movie, he's just like, oh, Shang Tsung's like, all right, this guy's my slave. He's fighting for me, and we get the one cool fight scene with Liu Kang, but that was about it. So in this one, man, I mean, like, this dude, he was doing some crazy stuff. Now, I didn't like the fact that he was kind of like, I wouldn't say he was Shang Tsung's pawn, but I kind of didn't like the fact that he was like aligned with him too, because that's not like a Sub-Zero thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I will say Go ahead. No, I'm sorry, Mick. Go ahead.
No, I was saying just not to, the whole feud with Scorpion, yeah, but aligning himself with Shang Tsung's interests, I thought that was just kind of, I was like, yeah, okay.
I did like how they did portray Sub-Zero, though, or Bi-Han. Like, they made that dude just a powerhouse. Like, if you really think about it, it took two people to take that dude out. Like,
oh yeah,
he was a problem throughout the entire movie, and I do appreciate a villain that is just a literal problem and takes everyone out. Like, you couldn't stop him throughout the first 3/4 of the movie.
Made a dude go to hell and come back to get revenge.
I hated that too. I hated because there was no explanation for why he just vanished, or at least I didn't see it. He just vanished and decided to stay in hell for 600 years or 500 years and then came back.
Well, there were too many subplots, and there also is it's like, oh, you came back to hell. Oh wait, by the way, you got a descendant too.
Yeah, well, at least I'm just glad the baby got picked up. I was
worried about the baby. There's like there was like a storyline. There was a whole storyline with Scorpion, and that kind of ran through. It started like at 1, and you got the feud there, and then I think by the time like 4 came around, they kind of brought it back because I want to say the guy, what's his name, Quan Chi was somehow involved with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I remember vaguely. I have to go back and look at it again like that. But in this movie, it's just kind of like, yeah, like wait a minute, that movie started in what? I think they said it was like 1637 when it first started.
Yep, 1600s.
Like that. And then it was just like, okay, so he's gone for this long, and then like, how is Sub-Zero alive this long? Like, wait a minute, what the heck? Like, is he just? I guess he found some power too. It was like, all right, he knows where the Lazarus pit is, because I thought that was kind of weird.
And then it also took him 500 years to come up with the name Sub-Zero, apparently, as well.
Well, I also got confused when he froze Steve Rogers in ice. That was another weird sub story.
I must have missed that scene. I must have skipped over that one.
Yeah, and can we also just talk about how like they all got their secret little extra powers, like how Kano got the eye blast?
Oh my God, dude, that part right there was just lame. Oh.
The only thing I thought was worse than that was Sonya's little wristband blaster that she had. I just did not like Sonya Blade in this movie.
Well, she didn't like herself. She didn't like herself either. She didn't know what to do. She was like, okay.
I mean, I think that little finisher she did was straight from one of the games, so I can appreciate that. But yeah, that whole let's work up and get your power, and then I mean, it's like, dude, like, wait a minute, man, come on, like, really?
I also wonder how long were they? Because obviously they go and meet Liu Kang, and Liu Kang takes them to Raiden's palace or whatever. How long were they there training? Like, did they give any type of time frame or anything? Because it seemed like they spent probably at least a week or two in their training the way it came off.
Well, I got confused when I saw Goku go there and say, "Hey, yo, man, your time in the hyper chamber's up." So it was just weird. So
yeah, it seemed like it was at least a week or so. I mean, I don't know. That was. Yeah.
Hey, they could at least did a Falcon montage, you know.
I mean, like, this is the perfect movie to do something like that, and where you could just have these, like, I mean, seriously, like this is a cheesy type of movie. I know they tried to make it like serious, but they have these cheesy scenes. That would have been a perfect time to do something like that, showing these guys getting better, and
yeah. You know what comes to mind? You know what comes to mind when I said that? And this is a perfect freaking montage scene where they were fighting and stuff. Remember Remember Ninja Turtles, the first one, where they went to that house in the country and then they start training?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed them all fighting together as a group. They showed them all fighting one-on-one, and they showed them kind of out by themselves, kind of practicing. They could have showed something like that and played a freaking Mortal Kombat rock music like you guys said you were, instead of just at the end of the movie, and that would have been awesome.
That's a great call. That's a great call.
No Migs, but they wanted to show Cole getting his ass kicked in the beginning of the movie, waste that time, and then show
the beginning of the movie, Oz? The beginning of the movie? The entire movie.
Well, yeah.
The beginning of the movie? The entire movie. He didn't even beat Sub-Zero. He didn't even get revenge for his family. His daddy had to come save him.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, man, it makes that's what would have been a perfect filler.
Hey, Migs, you know what? They need to just come to you and let you sit in and give some advice on how to make the next one, because that would have been a really cool scene and a really nice little touch to the Mortal Kombat, playing the original theme and whatnot. That'd have been pretty dope.
Dude, all the diehard Mortal Kombat people would have loved that.
Yeah, that's a great call.
That would have been great. That would have been great. And I think they could have. They could have just did so much more with what they had with this, because all the characters look pretty great for the most part. I mean, minus Cole Young was just basic. Yeah, I thought that was weird too. Like they didn't need. I think they could have did, because I didn't know that was Sub-Zero at first. I thought that was Freezing Smoke. I was like, wait a minute, is he blue or is he gray? They could have made that a little bit more distinctive. But he looked great. I think their designs look good. I mean, even like Kung Lao, Liu Kang, they look good. I wanted some more from them.
I know.
Yeah, I will say, Liu Kang, like I said, he was easily the most vanilla character on the show. I think the original actor who played Liu Kang, I don't think you could replace him as Liu Kang. He is Liu Kang to me.
Oh, Robin Show. Yeah, I mean, see, like that, like if you took Robin Show and the way he was in the Mortal Kombat, and even both of them, I'll give him Annihilation too. If you take that and then you combine that with the way they depicted the powers and stuff in this one, that's your Liu Kang right there. Because that's all that Robin Show needed, was a better display of his powers.
And so you know what?
If you get that,
no, go ahead, Migs. I'm sorry.
Man. No, you good. I was just saying, like that was like, because we wanted to see that from Liu Kang, and sadly, we only got that one little, the double-fisted kind of fireball, which wasn't really that, that he took Shang Tsung out with. And then, they did a couple of things in Annihilation, but it was still just kind of But just imagine like Robin's show doing the little dragon fatality.
Yes.
That man, what?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think that would have been a great way to kind of, bring the fans who were like me, who was a fan of the original. Like, if I'd have saw him in the movie, I probably would have just enjoyed it more because he was in it. Because I did not like the portrayal of Liu Kang in this movie.
Yeah, he was very weak, and then also just like off subject a little bit. Why are you going to end it finding Johnny Cage or whatever?
Yeah, I think if they're going to do another one, I think we'll see the evolution of Liu Kang there.
They're going to need to knock on Migs' door and say, "Hey, can we talk to you for a second?"
Right.
I mean, it has to be though. I mean, it really does, because like you said, we got a glimpse in this movie, but it just didn't really do a lot with it. And he's supposed to be that guy, and you can't change that even for movie's sake. You can't. There's just some things you don't do with series. You can't change that Liu Kang is the guy and try to say, oh, it's going to be somebody else or something like that. You damn sure better not be saying that Cole Young is the guy.
Well, see, that's the thing. You made it to seem like Cole is the chosen one, or at least they made it seem like Hat was the chosen one.
Hat, but they did. I will say if they do have the sequel, there is an opportunity to make Liu Kang the guy, because he does have a built-in revenge story, just like the original, to beat Shang Tsung. So they do have an opportunity to make Liu Kang the guy. There is a shot there.
He has to be. Like I say, he has to be. He's been training. Like I say, you don't got Kung Lao there anymore. I mean, he's got the power and stuff. You just gotta, man. You gotta step it up, man. You gotta be Liu Kang, man. You gotta call Robin's show and be like, hey, man, what I gotta do.
Yeah,
Migs just said he needs to fix his mind and his body.
Yeah, you gotta train train the mind, body, and soul with Robin's show.
No doubt. Hey, that's actually not bad. Train your mind, body, and soul with Robin's show. That dude about to make a YouTube show based off of that. He could be like, shout out to Migs for the title.
Yeah, I want 10%, Robin.
Let me ask you guys, how did you think Goro looked? Because I personally didn't think the CGI was that good, and I liked the more practical Goro that we got in the original. What did you guys think of how Goro looked?
Go ahead, Oscar.
No, I was going to say it was fine, but he's just so impregnable. But then the axe gets to him.
Yeah, well, okay. So here's my problem with, and this is for both movies, right? Now for 95, the animatronic, it was a little bit off because he was a little bit too tall. His arms, like if you watch the game, his arms aren't really that separated like that. Like you had the regular placement arms, and then you kind of had arms kind of a little bit lower down, more so where his abdomen is. But because of the way they built the figurine, it kind of looks off. Like Goro he's big, but his arms aren't that separated. They're like bam right there and then right underneath. He doesn't have like that huge separation from there. So that kind of made it look a little bit off, but it was fine. Like it's 95. They I appreciate that they built that, and it was cool. But you got Goro. He just tears through about 16 dudes, just rips them apart.
Yeah.
And then Johnny Cage beats him with like a couple of kicks. Come on, man! Are you kidding me?
Don't forget the dick punch.
Yeah, it's like, dude, okay, that was funny. Don't get me wrong, that was funny, little funny Johnny Cage moment. But after that, then it's like, oh crap! I hit him in the balls. Now he's chasing me. I'm gonna run away, and then I'm gonna hide on the side of this cliff. And when he pops his head out, I'm going to kick him, and then, oh, no! Like, get out of here, man.
And you know what? It would have been one thing if he'd did, like, his shadow kick or something, like one of his ability kicks, but he just did some regular kicks.
Something, man. But it was just so lame the way they got rid of Goro. It was like, you can't build somebody up like that, and we all know who Goro is. And, he's pretty tough in the game, and he can give you problems in the game. And then it's just, come on, man. We didn't even get... I mean, I guess you couldn't really have done like a crazy fight with him just because he was so big, and like I said, it was animatronics. It's probably limited. Because if you look at the one fight with the black dude that was like their friend that wasn't like an official guy, he didn't really do a whole lot. He kind of got a couple kicks in, and he got that little jump kick in, but I guess you couldn't really have like a full-fledged fight with that thing, It's probably too much for the puppeteer. So that I can understand just looking at it that way, but still, that's not justice for Goro, man. It's like, come on.
Oz, what were your my bad. Oz, what were your thoughts on Goro?
I mean, it was the CGI was just okay. I just didn't like I just don't like when the power structure's off. Like, this guy is literally like, he was killing and again ripping people apart in this one, but then an axe cuts him, and the blows that he was giving Cole should have ripped Cole's head off, but instead it just made Cole armor up. So yeah, it was just very weird. The whole movie just felt like it was 5 different movies trying to piece itself together.
Dude, when he had that man yoked up with 2 of his arms and was just clocking him with the other 2, just haymaking this guy, I was like, are you kidding me, man? I was like, dude, this guy don't even have a bruise on him. he's getting mollywopped.
His face ain't got nothing on Jax's face, though.
Well, but along those lines, is there a quota like he's like going? You can't rip these guys' arms off because Jax already had that happen with Sub-Zero. You know, it doesn't make any sense. It's just weird.
Hey, you know what? That's a great point. Why didn't he just rip that dude's arms off and call it a day?
Yeah,
ripped him in half right there, man. It was ridiculous. And then like they did the same thing. They did the same thing with Goro in there. It's like, okay, now I mean it was a little bit longer, drawn out fight, but then I get my armor up, and then oh man, I'm stabbing you right through the eye. Like dude, get out of here.
Yeah, and listen, everyone, I don't think anyone hated the movie. I know it sounds like we may hate this movie, but we didn't hate it, but there's just so much bad.
You know, because I love Mortal Kombat, but this one I was just like, okay. Let's
keep moving on. Now let's get to the part where we got Kano. It's pretty much giving his heel turn on the freedom fighters, as we'll call them, from the Earth realm. What are your thoughts on the big climatic final battle scene where we got the closest thing we were going to get to an actual Mortal Kombat since we didn't get a tournament?
Yeah, really, really shocking that a mercenary would turn on his friends, or will turn on people who aren't even his friends.
Right.
Migs, what were your thoughts on the climatic fight?
I thought it was. I like most of the stuff at the end. I mean, you know, we got some cool fight scenes. We got some finishes.
Mm-hmm.
We got some silliness because how the heck did dude's family survive being frozen like that?
Dude.
But Scorpion's family couldn't survive, but his family survived. But then again, she did prove herself because she was the one who actually hurt Goro and ate 2 fists to the face. So you know what? I can buy it.
Janet's telling me we're forgetting that he punched the ground and made it a heater, which is okay.
Okay. That's right. I forgot about that too. I did forget about that.
Oh man, but overall, it wasn't bad. Why they do my girl Thick Melina like that, man? That wasn't right.
Thick Melina. That's her new name.
Man, Thick Melina, boy. Can we go back to that scene where she's walking to Shang Tsung? Because goodness gracious, you can't tell me they didn't do that on purpose. There's no way they were like, all right, you know what? We're gonna have a long walking scene with you in these tight pants, and we're gonna get a wide shot. We're gonna get a close up shot. Yeah, we about to get them cheeks.
All right. So before we get to our closing thoughts on the movie, I'm just gonna name a few characters, and I want you both just to tell me which character you prefer. Do you prefer the original or the newer version of the character? Let's start with Raiden. Oh, boy. Which version of Raiden did you prefer? The whitewash version or this version? Migs, we'll start with you.
I'm going to have to, for that one right there, man, I really liked the look of Raiden 2002. And I liked I liked his display of powers. I liked the fact that his eyes were whited out the whole time. But personality-wise, dude, you gotta give me Chris Lambert.
Yep.
He had the voice for it too.
Yeah, it was that Raiden was just, he was so dry in the new one, man. And I get it, but I don't know, man. Just like I said, if you could take Christopher Lambert's personality, and I'm not necessarily saying that the guy had to be like Christopher Lambert, but just give me a little bit more, man. I know you're the Thunder God and maybe you're supposed to be all stoic and whatever, but dude, it was just kind of like all right, man, this guy's just like just dry, man. He's like plain open.
Okay. Oz, which Raiden are you taking?
Well, in this movie, I certainly saw the lightning, but I did not feel the thunder. So,
all right, Imagine Dragon.
I will say, man, yeah, look, hey, not just because of Highlander. I'm a big Christopher Lambert fan. But the technology was good. But I like Christopher Lambert myself.
Yeah, I hate race swapping roles, so it pains me to say that I enjoyed the whitewash Raiden as well.
Racist.
Well, hey, listen, if there's one hill I'm willing to die on, it is that we do not need race swapping. We just need to elevate characters. So I'm sticking with that.
I agree with that. Yeah, I'm not that whole let's just change this because, like, dude, no, man.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. So in that respect, I will say I appreciate them creating a new character in Cole, even though he wasn't that great, but I appreciate the attempt. Let's go with Sonya Blade next. Migs, which Sonya Blade did you prefer?
I like Sonya Blade 2021 over 95 and definitely over 90.
Okay. Oz, which Sonya Blade did you prefer?
Pardon me. I like the modern one. This one, they all are scared to get with Jax for whatever reason, So it's okay, whatever.
So I like the look of the original Sonya Blade. I thought that she had a good look. She was a terrible fighter. Like, her fight scenes weren't that great. I think these fight scenes were much better, and they made her tougher. But I really like the look of the original.
With her beret?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I liked that look better. I just wasn't feeling this Sonya Blade though. I don't know why. She just didn't do it for me.
You didn't like, man. She was trying to escape the trailer park, man. Come on.
Yeah, no, I get it. She trying to make a better life for herself. She just throwing out claims that she could give a man $2 million, and after he points out that she lives in a trailer, he still takes it. So whatever he was thinking. Let's go with Shang Tsung next. Migs, which Shang Tsung did you prefer?
Oh my gosh, dude, give me 95 Shang Tsung all day, because that Shang Tsung, what the heck, man, dude, that wig piece just by itself, I was like, oh my, that guy, that Shang Tsung, besides the finisher, and the fact that he was just like, the hell with this tournament, we taking over, which I actually like that plot point. I appreciated that. I thought it was kind of comical. But besides that Shang Tsung was terrible, dude.
Well, he's still counting the money for the Joker, and in Gotham, so he's doing double duty.
Dude, didn't Joker burn him on that stack of money? And he burnt up, like, leave that dude burnt to a crisp. Give me Shang Tsung from 95 back. Look, they even brought my man back in the Mortal Kombat Legacy series. Did you see that?
I have not seen the Legacy series.
So they brought dude back who played Shang Tsung in those series as Shang Tsung. It was great. And,
that's dope.
And here's what really kills me. This Shang Tsung in the 2021 version, it kind of made him look like the other Shang Tsung. So it was like, dude, look, there's nothing wrong with this guy. He could have still played Shang Tsung. He would have been fine.
Especially with what little action scenes he actually did in the movie, he could have absolutely did that.
Yeah, he could have did that and did it way better.
Well, he might have turned him down.
That's true. He might have.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they asked him. Now you got me wondering.
Wait, well, hold on. You want me to do it for how much? You're gonna put what's his name? Cole?
Cole?
Nah. I'm a pass on this one. Okay.
Oz, which Shang Tsung did you prefer?
The old is always good with me.
Okay. Yeah, I think this one's a clean sweep as well.
But I did appreciate the choke out.
Yeah, you were a fan of the choke out. But this is a clean sweep as well. The original, he was great. He had great facial expressions. He looked like he could fight. This guy just looked like he was in a fat suit with a wig.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go with Kano. Which Kano did you prefer?
Old Kano. Well, actually, I like the actor, this actor, but I just, man, the whole figure out your superpower. That shit was dumb. They should have had him made. They should just made him be a mercenary cyborg.
Yeah, dumb. Yeah, and I agree with you there. That whole thing, and then the little laser eye. Even though that's one that was a finisher. I think what was they either from like 2 or 3? That was one of Kano's finishes.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish he would have had the little the eye plate instead of just getting his eye all scratched up from the little reptile thing. I did like the look for Kano from '95, but this one in this movie was definitely comic relief.
Mm-hmm.
His jokes stole some of the scenes, and then we got to see the classic Kano finisher. So that was cool. So I'll give 2021 the edge.
Okay, I'm actually I agree. I obviously as I've been saying, I like and as pretty much everyone said, I like the look of the original. But I thought this Kano was in the 2021 version was easily and far. Well, let me not say that because Bihan was great. Bihan was great in the movie, so let me not say that. But Kano was the only reason I was even cheering for the good guys for a long time. He was. I thought this character was great. He was one of the best parts of the movie. So I will take the 2021 version. I'm gonna put these next two together and put them together. Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I'm not even including Cole. He is not Scorpion. He will never be Scorpion. Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Which did you like more, Migs? I know you have something you want to bring up about Sub-Zero as well from the original.
So okay, now here's the thing in that one. Though I just I really wish we could have got more from those guys in '95 because I liked those fight scenes, man. I mean, those were great, and then the fact that they just I don't know, like okay, so like just kind of comparing. Like the Sub-Zero in the new one, most definitely better. The display of powers, all that kind of stuff. I didn't like how they aligned him with Shang Tsung like that. Like in the '95 movie where it was like, okay, I made them slaves and they're under my control. I was like, all right, I think I'll take that over. Let me just align with you. But then we didn't get a lot of Scorpion in this 2021 version. I mean, we see him at the beginning before he became that, and then we get the fight scene at the end. But man, I really wanted more Scorpion because I liked his design in this new one. I liked the fact that they actually they did the get over here without the weird little thingy in his hand, which for '95 I guess that's cool, but I wasn't really a big fan of his little alive kind of spear coming out of him, whatever that little weird dragon thing was. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'll take the 2021 versions of both characters. It was just like, like this movie was kind of like the '95 where, damn, I wanted more Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That's all we got.
Yeah, I like the way you put that. Oz, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, which do you prefer?
I like the fight scenes and stuff. I agree that we should have saw more of Scorpion. But yeah, I prefer this version of those two. It just seemed like they're a bit more complex.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree on the Sub-Zero thing. I don't think there's anyone who could say that he wasn't just a great character. He more than held his own, and he was a powerhouse. I kind of like the original Scorpion, man. I especially for the time, I didn't mind his little alive thing coming out of his hand. I didn't mind that. And I was like, when did that movie come out? '95. So I was 6 years old when I saw it.
Like 1 year old or something, right?
No, I was like 6. Come on, man. I just went to first grade. But
for the fourth time.
Yeah, well, it was the third time. Fourth time came when I was 7. But I really enjoyed. Like I was blown away by it, because I had played the game and stuff. So I will go with the 2021 Sub-Zero, and I will go with the original Scorpion. Though I will say, when Scorpion came up and threw the "get over here," man, I popped hard. That was a dope scene when he did that, and you see him in the back, and after he spears him, that was dope. I really liked that. That was a cool way to introduce Scorpion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Great job, guys. Let's wrap. Oh, okay.
You got to do Jax.
Do I have to do Jax?
It's just for fun.
Do we have to do Jax? Is this going to be like a? Because I'm gonna be honest, I really don't even remember much about the Annihilation Jax. I don't even think I can remember his face.
The good thing about that one, he definitely he had the look, and then but as far as, I mean, he was just, you know, he had the look. They gave him the metal arms from what was that? He did that in what part? Mortal Kombat 3. I think that's when he did that as far as the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool, but it just, you know, I mean, Annihilation is just
such a
so
bad
good.
movie.
Like you said, yeah, you don't really remember much. I mean, it's not. I don't hate Annihilation. They had a couple of cool things going on. There's some couple of cool fight scenes, but for the most part, it's just like, you know, you that's one of those movies where you don't really go and revisit it. And it's just like, all right, if it's on, maybe I'll watch it. And, you know, because I got the 2-pack, so I watched the Blu-ray just when I got it. But it's just like, dude, I just watch Mortal Kombat. Leave it at that. We can acknowledge Annihilation without watching.
You know, I should have known Annihilation was going to be a really bad movie when they decided to finally let Johnny Cage use his powers and he gets killed within the first 2 minutes. That should have told me right there this was going to be a really bad movie.
Look, that wasn't the same dude when he come back. He was like, this movie sucks so much, I don't even want to be in it 5 minutes. You're gonna have to get somebody that kind of looks like me.
All right,
you're gonna have to get another Hollywood actor to play a Hollywood actor.
Right, right.
The guy, the original Johnny Cage, the dude that portrayed him in that first 5 minutes of Annihilation. I think he was a martial artist as well. But, you know, he looked like what's the dude's name? Winston Ashby, who was the original Johnny Cage. But because I didn't know that wasn't him at first. I found that out later.
I thought the original Johnny Cage was really good. I liked his character portrayal of him.
Yeah, he was cool. He said, I ain't doing that sequel because y'all want to kill me off. Nah, man,
I just got with Sonya Blade and now y'all want to kill me off?
I got a legacy to protect.
Look, he said, I ain't playing that part because y'all ain't killing me and y'all ain't giving me that knockoff Sonya Blade that y'all had in Annihilation.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on her.
Yo, that Sonya Blade was terrible. Oh my God.
The Raiden was terrible in it too. The second Raiden was terrible too.
Hey, you know what's hilarious about that? I don't know if you guys know this. That is the cop from Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh, I did. Now that you say it, I see his face. That is him. That's exactly who that is. And that should have been my second cue. This was going to be a bad movie.
Look, just the fact that they said that, they said, you know what? Christopher Lambert ain't back. We gonna get what's his name? James Remar. I think his name is James Remar. We gonna get James Remar and try to pass him off and give him a weird flat top.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Hey, I'm looking at his picture. I'm looking at his picture right now. All right, Scott, tell me if you remember this. Let me see if you remember this. Do you remember Glacier from WCW?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the fake Sub-Zero from WCW.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's who James Remar looked like as Raiden.
Oh, don't! Hey, listen, let's not insult the Glacier like that. Let's not insult the Glacier like that, okay? Come on now. Now, you know what? That insult right there definitely gets a Morgan Freeman from me.
Shoot this motherfucker.
Oh, boy.
Because you know what? Because you're right. That is a very good comparison right there. And I hate the fact that we just insulted Glacier on this show. What a terrible thing we did.
Hey, look. Hey. Glacier was my dude. All right. I like it.
Wrestling Sub-Zero, huh?
Look at that, Oz. We brought wrestling into the conversation. It's your favorite topic.
When you get a chance, look up Glacier WCW, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're gonna pop when you see it. You're gonna pop when you see it. Okay, I think that was I think we've covered it. I don't think we can really kick this in the mud anymore. The only thing that we could do to make this review worse is to give it some Baby Jack's arms. So and top it off with a hat.
My arms are gonna be big and strong when I can pick up a boulder.
And then he's like, "What's the dude with the hammer? His name is like, yeah, give me that guy. We got some unfinished business."
Man,
dude, Glacier.
I love how they added that he had to tell him how bad his breath was.
Right. Like this,
dude, your breath stinks.
Dude, no offense to Glacier, but his haircut looks like he might have stormed the Capitol.
Listen. There's no one that will say you're wrong about that. Okay? There's no one that will say you're wrong about that. Migs, man, we genuinely appreciate you coming on. As always, it's a blast talking to you. We can't wait for the next movie review that we're going to do and have you on. Tell everyone where they can find you and plug anything and everything you want again. And again, man, we really appreciate you coming on.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor and a pleasure. I always love talking with you guys, chopping it up about movies, comics, food, all that good stuff. Can't wait till we can get together and eat some food and drink some beer. So I'm
yes, please.
We would definitely be down at Peaburg here soon, and you guys are always welcome to come visit us up in Maryland. And so just let me know. As far as me, like I said, you can find me on go to defylife.com. All my written reviews are there, so please check that out and support the site. There's a lot of good content on there. Come check me out on Facebook at Movies with Migs, and also on Instagram, Movies with Migs. Post my live video reviews, new content every day. I love interaction, so come on there, check me out. Leave some comments, leave some reviews, check out the videos. And like I said, I got some new stuff trying to come up. I'm gonna revive the old original versus remake series, and I want to start doing some more, getting some more people, just kind of having like some. We did an Instagram kind of like live discussion I did last year with a couple of comedy pals, and we talked about some horror on that way. So I think that'd be fun to do again. So I'll definitely let y'all know about that. And and that's pretty much it for me. Like I said, Facebook and Instagram, hit me up, Moves with Migs, and as long as there's movies, I'll be here. So come check it out. Again, I appreciate you fellas. It's always a blast being on Take a Knee. Thank you.
Like you said, if there's always going to be movies, that means there's always going to be Migs. So shout out to Migs. It's so for the Oz, before your final blow, I figure if we're going to play some music, the only kind of music that would be fitting is a little Mortal Kombat. the good version. Oz, go ahead and give your final blow and tell everyone where they can find you on your what's it called? Twitter. I completely drank blue. Oh my God! Let me just stop talking. Go ahead, do your thing.
Go slow. You can find me at Ozzy Real. And Migs, it's been a pleasure as usual. Always appreciate your insight on everything. I don't know. I finished Invincible. That was a great ride. I watched Without Remorse, which was really good. I got the chance to see what Michael B. Jordan might look like as T'Challa. It was good. That's all I got.
Okay. And again, you can find us on Twitter at Need4MarvelVerseDC. That's the number 4. Email us, Need4MarvelVerseDC at GoDefyLife.com. I also finished Jack Ryan on Hulu. That was a very good series. John Krasinski he's could definitely pull off the action hero very well. So that was a very good series. And make sure you check out Regular Thoughts with Regular Scott on the Vover Audio app as well. Oz, you didn't tell them where they could find you on Twitter, though.
I did. I say you can find me at Ozzy Real. You must be having some difficulty, sir.
No, I'm just not listening to you. And again,
as usual.
There you go. Like, subscribe our podcast, leave us 5 stars. Tell everyone you talk to them next time.
And as usual, people, peace and chicken grease.
And y'all have a good time, because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace. Enjoy Mortal Kombat music.
You know, what you doing on a Sunday?